All right, this is our little Girls at the Glen like crash segment, if you will. Shouldn't you probably
Don't use the word crash. No.
No. We're doing this because the IndyCar Series is returning to Watkins Glen in a couple of weeks. The IndyCar Grand Prix at the Glen coming up Labor Day weekend. We've got Ryan Hunter-Reay with us this morning. He's won like a whole bunch of races, including at Watkins Glen. You said you were just there last weekend, going over the course. You said it had been repaved, and it's awesome.
Yeah, it's very fast. It's so quick, in fact, that that's the problem with motorsports. We can't really relay that to the fans, right? About what the feeling is in the car. With as I called it before, stick and ball sports, you know that it is hard to throw that football that far or that hard. And racing, you can't really understand. You think, oh, we're just sitting there pushing the pedals, turning the steering wheel. There's tremendous loads in the car, and like I said, we're pulling 4 Gs through the corners. It's so fast that you actually have to grunt. You can't breathe through the corners because of how quick you're going, so these cars, that's what they are. They're basically built to go as fast as possible around a given point A to point A racetrack. And that's what they are. They're lightweight, 1,500 pounds, 700 horsepower, big downforce. You can see all the wings all over the car. They're top of the top, and and it's a great product of racing. You never know who's going to win in a Verizon IndyCar Series race. It's a beautiful thing about the series, and the fan access is the big thing. You know, general admission pass at Watkins Glen gets you into the garage and into where the cars are and everything like that. Yeah, that doesn't happen in other series or at other tracks. So this is a good opportunity to get to the racetrack and see some cars and drivers up close.
Wow, so you get to interact with some of the fans when they come out. How's that?
Absolutely.
How is that?
That's what's great about IndyCar. It's so accessible. So you're right there with the fans. You walk out of your transporter, or the hauler as it's called, you know, and right there the fans are there, and you can interact with them, sign autographs, all that stuff. And the cars are, you know, you can reach out and touch them basically. So it's a very accessible series, fan-friendly that way.
All right, so what's the #1 question you get from fans?
Oh,
like
boy.
about the sport.
The #1 question. What do you do when you have to go to the bathroom is #1.
That's a good question.
No, it's really about the sport in general. It's, you know, how do you deal with the speeds? How do you deal with, you know, doing at Indianapolis we do 240 miles an hour. So it's something where people are like, what happens at that point? Like, how do you how do you put the car where you need to and withstand doing that for Indianapolis lasts for almost, you know, 3.5 hours, 3 hours. So
there's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on
in your mind when you're doing that.
Very intense, very intense, and how quickly you have to process information is incredible.
You just must be so mentally fatigued when you're done.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Mentally, and you know, and mainly in these in the hotter races, I'll lose 8 pounds in water easily. Yeah.
Wait, so you mentioned 4 Gs around the corner. You said you can't really necessarily catch your breath and breathe. So how do you like brace yourself and get ready to go around a curve? Like, do you have like a breathing technique? Yeah, you basically get your breath up, and you get what you need for the corner, and then the seat is custom molded to your body, right? So that you're pretty form fit in there. You're not like moving all around in the car, but you do have to brace yourself for when you get into the corner, and then you know, because your chest can't expand to breathe at that point when you're doing 4 Gs. Some tracks we do up to 5, so it's you know, and you have control of it. It's not like just get in the corner and set it on its track. You have to, you know, keep it. We have no power steering in the car, so it's very heavy steering. And no assisted braking or anything like that. So we put 1,200 pounds of pressure through the brake pedal. There's a lot going on in the race car, and it really is. You know, you're in control of it. There's no driver aids, as we call them, in IndyCar. So our eyes like this.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I was just going to say, do you ever say to yourself, what I do for a living is crazy?
At times you step back, especially if I ever go out to a racetrack and I'm not in that practice session or whatever, and I look from the outside.
Yeah.
It's like this is definitely all these guys have screws loose. But that's why I don't go outside the track and watch from the outside. I just make sure that I'm involved in every practice session, and I'm not seeing it from the outside. But that's why it's such a great sport to watch.
Oh.
Do you ever get tired of, like, when you go home, you're like, I'm not driving. I don't want to get in a car. Because you're in it all the time.
The two are so separate, right? It's like driving a golf cart versus driving a car. They're totally different.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am known for not leaving 3 square blocks because
I wouldn't.
yeah,
but
that's
I know you have
so intense.
Little kids were singing here. Do you guys have a minivan?
We do. We have a Honda Odyssey.
Yes.
I have a minivan.
Yes.
And I constantly drive it.
Awesome.
It's so easy though, you know. The Honda Odyssey has the vacuum in the back and all that.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
This is amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Things like that is what. Yeah, and a little cooler, you know, that little fridge tray. It's things like that that make me happy.
His work
at
car
home.
doesn't have that.
Yeah.
No, not really. Well, thanks for breaking it down for the one-on-one for us and not letting us think our questions are stupid.
My
We
pleasure.
appreciate
My
that.
pleasure. Anytime.
And congrats on all you've done.
Yeah.
Thank you
in
very
honor
much.
of your mom and helping all those cancer patients, especially down in South Florida. Awesome. Safe travels. We'll watch you this weekend, and then we'll see you when you're here over the Labor Day week.
Perfect.
Labor Day?
Yeah,
Labor Day.
Yep, Labor Day
Why
weekends.
do I always get those
Sunday the
confused?
3rd, I believe.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Thanks. Nice
All
to
right.
meet you.
Thank you.